Alright, so we woke up in the Tree of Ignorance, cuddled with Reen, I guess. Even though I guess their species doesn't need to. They don't need to cuddle. There's no need for cuddling. But they cuddled anyway. How strange. But we looked around, there's only one option to choose from, and it's to go through here. Unknown color. That's interesting. It's just an unknown color. Blue is unknown, I guess. Let's go in. The shelves are filled with neatly arranged junk. I thought it'd be something more sinister. What are these even for? Looking for something? No, no need to apologize. Welcome to the Luminol Hall, a home to my personal artifact collection. You can look around as much as you want. Is there a particular artifact that interests you? These are artifacts? Rain is so chipper all the time. Indeed, these are the most ordinary N-class artifacts you can easily find without special equipment. Very few of them are exclusive, most of them lack useful function. For diviners, their value is equivalent to throwaway garbage. Okay, N-class, as in normal class. But at the end of the day, their value lies in the eyes of the onlooker, doesn't it? Subjective judgment. Judgment shaped by personal feelings, tastes, and opinions. So the value of these artifacts is subjective. Then maybe my value too must be. Want me to tell you more about them? You can choose anything, or nothing at all. Okay. I don't know if this matters, but I'm going to save it again. Tube with a hole in it. This one is an Enric artifact benevolent kaleidoscope. Look at someone through it and you'll see a hidden flaw to them. However, it doesn't reflect reality. What you'll see will be the flaw you yourself want to see. So if I don't bear ill will towards the person, I won't see anything. But would you use this artifact if you didn't possess ill intentions? That said, to be honest, I do sometimes use it myself, because all Raincoat-Hjörians look absolutely the same to me, and that is by no means an exaggeration. But this artifact allows to differentiate between them. Pretty handy, isn't it? All Raincoat-Hjörians just look the same to you, eh? What's that mean? Aren't you a Raincoat-Hjörian yourself? How's that work? Maybe Reen is not a Raincoat-Hjörian themselves? Or himself? Also, it seems like everyone's a guy, by the way. Pronoun seems to be him for everybody. I gotta get used to saying that. I don't know. I default to saying them because I'm always uncertain. But it seems like everyone's a dude. Fleshy thing. Alright, fleshy thing. This is an R-rank artifact. Lily of Peace. Oh, it changes shape. Entrust a memory to it and it will be permanently erased. Stores one memory at a time. This might be useful for removing painful memories. But the question is, would you still stay yourself if you were to forget even one little thing about yourself? Any thought, any emotion you ever felt initiated in many other thoughts, it made you act a certain way, didn't it? However, there might be memories worth losing your current self for. Okay. You can put your memories in it and make it go away. Floating spikes. This one's a Reroid, an N-rank artifact. It makes a nice decoration, doesn't it? Is that all? It just looks pretty? No other functions were discovered by me thus far. Here, I'll send you some data on artifact classes. It should help you get acquainted with them better. Artifact classes. They're categorized by their presumed origin. There are 3 main groups of artifact classes. Class A. Aphele. Rank UR. Types Living Object Distortion. The most advanced out of the 3. Artifacts from this class may have catastrophic effects if not contained and examined thoroughly. Okay, this sounds like SCP. Class H Humo. N to SR. Object Substance. Mostly consists of tools and alien technology. Most of the objects are useless or serve exclusively decorative purposes. Many H-class artifacts feature depictions of Humo. Humo? What does that mean? Class V, Vor, SR, gas and liquid. Manifest as clouds of unknown substances with varying properties. They are said to possess a certain level of sentience, so it's advised not to engage with them carelessly. Nope. Yeah, you gotta look out for, be careful of the artifact that snaps your neck if you're not looking at it. Anyway, continue. And I guess that's it. We already talked about all the other artifacts, so let's continue. Alright, I've been meaning to give you a welcome back gift. Now where did I put it? Here, a present from me to you. A globe. Yes, a fog globe to be precise. It's the entire hill in the palm of your hand. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Kind of like a snow globe. Here, you can see all the 12 domes, and when you shake it, they'll get enveloped in the red fog. Isn't that like a little... I don't know, that's a little evil. At once, all will be consumed by red fog, and all you will see shall be crimson. This will mark the first advent of Termination Day. Yeah, that was mentioned. Something about the history of the Raincoat-Hjörians. Something about Termination Day. Ascension Chronicles, a widely known text written by Ascensionists. It became notable due to its detailed hour-by-hour description of the upcoming events of Termination Day. Initially, it used to be a Humo Class N artifact, but I customized it myself. And now it's all yours. Take good care of it, will you? The entire hill in the palm of my hands, he says. I will crush it in my hand. No. Just destroy the world. Time for a commercial. It's Eric. Hey, it's Eric. He got repurposed into just, an advertisement. In today's episode, I'll purposely infect myself with a commonly spread EchoNet virus. Stay on the live stream to vote for what will happen next. He's an EV star now? Told you. Wanna try donating some credits? I'll pass. Okay, so he's a YouTube star. Donate money and I'll infect myself with a virus. Yay! Does that mean anyone's personality can get overwritten this easily? Reen said we'll be going to the Dome V together. I was gonna say like Dome what? 6? But no, it's Dome V, I think. It's not... Oh no, it could be like a pun. It's like a Roman numeral as well. A Dome V together, but for what? These Hjörians, they're following him everywhere. Who are they? Oh, you mean the janitors? They're cute henchmen of mine. Each one is autonomous, but once they're given a task, they'll make sure to carry it out properly. You mean they're artificial raincoats? Did you make them? I can't deny I'm capable of making them myself, but these are a gift. They come from the Garden of Brilliance. A garden? Okay, so they're also, artificial raincoats. How do you tell? I mean, I guess they're faces, but, how do you tell, which one's the artificial one, which one's the real one, Look, we have arrived. Welcome to Dome V. Dome V is a property of the Tile Research Institute, so there's no one else here besides us. Up there, it's That's right. V is divided into 2 parts, the resort and idle grounds. The idle grounds are home to the steam shards, the natural wonder that keeps the resort afloat. And the resort as well, that's where we're going. See the floating spores? These are used to purify ether in the etheroid's stead. Dome Tao's main mission is to reduce the impact we, Raincoat-Hjörians, or heroines, leave on the environment and the living organisms populating Hyo. So naturally, we want to end the exploitation of etheroids for our own needs. Sounds like a good thing to do, I guess. Purify ether. Ether is a naturally luminous substance that contains particles of infrared light, which is why Hyo does not require an external light source. I guess there's no sun, maybe. And other living organisms. The only other living organisms we've met is echoes, right? Types of echoes. Is there any other types? Maybe out in the red fog, right? But we don't see them because obviously it's dangerous to go outside. Be careful not to fall down when we cross the bridge, okay? Where are we going? Somewhere fun. You'll see when we get there. Wait, aren't these... Where are they? Come on, don't be scared. These dream cocoons are nothing to be afraid of. Or would you rather go back to the standby cocoon back at Tao? Yeah, we were there before. That's where they put, I guess the defective Raincoat-Hjörians. I should have known. I didn't have a choice to begin with. This really looks like the room back at Tao. Just what is he gonna make me do? Yeah! They open up. Look, the dream cocoon is welcoming you. Put your hands in the holes and the star sequence will be initialized. Follow instructions and you're good to go. The interface is simplified in a way that even a novice will be able to use it without getting overwhelmed. Begin dreaming. Okay, time to dream. Reminds me of Etherane's other game. That was kind of similar. Initiating dream sequence. Okay. At Dome Tao, we work together to understand our world better. Become a flower and let your potential bloom. Flower. I think that was mentioned before, actually. Becoming a flower. Like when we initially entered those standby cocoons, the big guy mentioned something about like going to like a blooming thing or something. Becoming a flower, maybe. What does that mean? Let your potential bloom. The blooming field is located below the ground. This area is called the Field of the Undying, which is in fact a huge artifact. Want to go down and see what it's like? The blooming field. Yeah, they mentioned that, the blooming field. Am I allowed to? Sure. Aren't you curious? They have such scary faces. These black flowers. Want to taste one? Huh? Can I? Why not? The stem looks so frail. Looks like it would break at the slightest touch. Num. What? That's so. Don't suggest things like that. It's scraped inside my mouth. Each of these flowers is a miniature memory storage device. However, it's big enough to store an entire Raincoat's dataset in one petal. So it's kind of like the cloud? In a way. Oh, it's kind of like the cloud as in the save system, It was mentioned. Here, we store copies of the datasets of our flowers. In the process of research, their data may get corrupted or even destroyed. But here, they remain in their original form. So we come here to restore their system back to the way it was. All we need to do is take one of the petals and sew it into the damaged raincoat. As you may have already noticed, these flowers and Tao's flowers share a name for a reason. However, there's something these flowers are capable of that I can't speak. However, there's something that these flowers are capable of that Raincoat-Hjörians are not. What do you think that is? I'll answer it for you. They're capable of withering. Once their life cycle reaches its apex and they release their pollen, they will swiftly crumble until they become dust on the field. Their lives are conclusive, unlike ours. Melodic, don't you think? Okay, that implies that the Raincoat-Hjörians are immortal, Because apparently they don't wither. They don't die. Reen, he's always immersed in work. I wonder what he's doing, or who he is for that matter. The way he gives out orders like it's something one would naturally do, or the way you can just enter any facility without asking, who is he really? Reen? Seems like a leader. Maybe they're the leader of this entire place, They look special. Interested in my work? I'll show you something fun next time, okay? In return, do your best in the dream cocoon today, will you? Alright, time for another dream. We just was supposed to do this. Number 1. Once upon a time, in a locked, dark room, lived the big Raincoat-Hjörian. The big Raincoat-Hjörian couldn't move, for he was confined to a chair. All he knew was his own name. It was so dark in the room that the big Raincoat-Hjörian couldn't even see his own fingers. All he could do was look into the peeping hole in front of him. Through the hole, he could see his only friend, the little Raincoat-Hjörian. One day, the big Raincoat-Hjörian asked his friend, "What do I look like to you?" Surprised, the little Raincoat-Hjörian answered, "Why do you ask? You look exactly like me." Okay, here's the funny music again. Okay. Cares about the process? Alright, I promise I do a little demonstration. You don't know much about my field of work, do you? Let me start from defining some basic concepts. Right now, I'm performing a raincoat transplantation. Something like that's even possible? No matter how much I tugged on mine, it wouldn't come off. Probably because we're not a real raincoat, but anyway. A Raincoat-Hjörian. Did you know? All that you are, your memory, your body shape, or your thought processes and sensations are stored inside the raincoat's fibers. Okay? At least that's how a normal Raincoat-Hjörian works, I guess. So they're the raincoat? Literally? Therefore, everything that makes you the way you are is the raincoat you wear. You're making it sound like I'm the one being worn by the raincoat here. The body is merely a vehicle you can change once it wears down. It's the biomass that can be reshaped into anything. Simply put, the reason we look the way we do is because of the raincoat's material memory encoded in their fibers. I look like the other ÜLAR because of the raincoat? Let me demonstrate it to you. Janitors, bring in the Hjörian. Okay, so again, I remember the biology, the anatomy of a Raincoat-Hjörian, again, is it's two parts, the Hjörian and the raincoat, right? I've always wondered exactly what a Hjörian is. Maybe you could clarify here. Okay, it's a strange creature like that. Meet our averagely shaped Hjörian, brought here straight from the unharvested sea. The unharvested sea is an extremely large body of water located near the Titan, or two Titans, depending on the region. You see, there are at least 3 interpretations of Hjö's creation myth. Each day, many Hjörians rise up from its depths and set foot upon Hjö. On their own, they're simple creatures without pain receptors, aimlessly wandering around under the rain and feeding on the ethereum aetheroids produce. However, the moment they come in contact with raincoats, the raincoats attack and seize them. And the Raincoat-Hjörian is made. It's like a very horrifying process. It's like, yay! Nowadays, the process is automated through the factory. There's a limited number of raincoats in this world, and most are tagged and registered at the factory. Since raincoats themselves are neither alive nor dead until they come in contact with a living organism capable of metabolism and growth, they cannot move on their own. Okay. Is that what they look like naked? But when they bond with Hjörians, they're fused into an emergent organism. Emergence. An entity having properties and behaviors that its parts do not have on their own. Tip for Mr. Rainer. A Raincoat-Hjörian is a great example of an emergent organism. Their emergent quality is consciousness. Okay. Interesting. Banned. Don't worry about it. You see, because they're not really naked. They simply... that's just what they look like. That's interesting. Okay, so I remember when we went outside that one time and got like a clump of fibers, I guess. That was a raincoat in its by itself. I guess somehow, maybe it got... I wonder, do raincoats die, right? Apparently they don't? Or maybe they are very durable? Or maybe they can just like they said, there's the cloud of flowers, right? So maybe they can simply copy themselves, their own memories into a new raincoat or something. I don't know. Not sure. But it seems like maybe the raincoat that we saw outside, they lost their Hjörian vessel, and that's why we need to retrieve them. But why do they only form a bond with Hjörians? Aren't there echoes and aetheroids too? No, let's just say aetheroids live on a different plane of existence from you and me. As for echoes, well, it'd be correct to say they don't benefit from each other. Why is that? Why is that? The shortest answer would be different body structure. Echoes are epith-based organisms, which means they're organics. Thick skin, limited body dynamics, structures prone to failure. If I were to compare them to Class H artifacts, they'd be like animated stuffed toys. Once their insides fall out, there's no way of stuffing them back in, you know? Isn't that like a terrible weakness? Hjörians, on the other hand, consists of small silicone particles. They're like magnet toys. You can mold them into anything, and they will stay the same. As one of the common beliefs goes, when the Overseer created this world, he tore his own body apart to create Hjörians, origin of form. His Holy Spirit took the form of etheroids, origin of feeling, and his mind took the form of raincoats, origin of logic. Then out of the mud rose the tools, echoes. Okay. It's like the Bible. Funny, isn't it? Tools, huh? Again, I have a sneaking suspicion that ÜLAR is an echo, right? So that's the difference between echoes and Hjörians, I guess. Hjörians themselves are made out of silicon, and they're molded by the raincoats. So you see the face here is not really the raincoat, I guess. The raincoat is literally the raincoat. I didn't think it was that literal, but I guess it is. It's ironic too, it's kind of like how a parasite, takes over its host, but instead of being inside them, is actually outside of them, in a way. It's like reverse. Anyway. Initiating dream sequence. Another dream. I'm getting a little confused, what is a dream and what is not a dream? Are we still in a dream? Are we dreaming a dream inside a dream? I don't know. Anyway. Or maybe just the short, just the short sequences or just the dreams, maybe. I imagine so. Welcome to another episode of The Exposure. Now, the question all of you have been waiting for. Guilty or forgiven? In order for us to decide, we'll have to expose your thread. Will you sink to the depths of shame? Or prove yourself worthy of our support? Please sign the agreement form to participate. Otherwise, you'll be automatically proven guilty. Now, let's expose the thread! Yay! Clap, 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 clap. It's a game show. Time to unravel this creature. In the name of sincerity, expose the thread. Live up to our hopes. In the name of love, expose the thread. It's love. We love you. In the name of blah, blah, expose the thread. Show us everything. Time to restore a value again. Oh boy. Okay. Let me just save the game. I guess I'll save it here. Okay, now this time I can't do the trick where I go outside the box. I mean, I guess this is just just gotta time it, I guess. So we're always okay. We always start with -1. I mean, I guess we just go in 0, and then just no. It's weird. Wait, okay. I've noticed when it's gray. Okay, so the way it works, I didn't realize. Maybe that's why I got it wrong the first time when there was one of these things. Maybe the moment you touch the exit is when the ones and zeros change to something else, and that's when it's calculated. It's not when you touch them, is when you finish. But then how's that work? How's this work? Like this? Because otherwise we'll always be -1 or a bajillion. It's it'll be a lot of numbers. I don't know how to solve this exactly. Because yeah, the ones and zeros they don't I assume they don't freeze after you touch them. They're just counted when they turn gray. And and then when you exit, because that's how I got the 2 last time, I think, right? Because I thought I did it correctly the first time, but it's actually just when you exit is when it turns. So it's or when it's calculated rather. So it's how's this work then? It's ones and zeros. I'm simply not trying hard enough. Yeah. I can make it work if I gain more experience. Maybe I just gotta keep doing it. I mean, this puzzle seems impossible, so maybe you're simply just supposed to get to the exit multiple times. It's only a matter of time until I get back on track. Alright, okay. It's a trick, you know, it's a trick puzzle. You just gotta go. Alright. Hug. Ones and zeros. One? Did our value increase, I wonder? We got one value! Wow, amazing. Blooming Field. It's your first time visiting the Blooming Field, isn't it? You know how we Raincoat-Hjörians have fewer senses than, say, echoes? Since we only have, or when we only have sight, touch, bounce, and hearing, echoes have twice the amount of those. What else can I do? I guess taste, you know? Smell? They can't do that, I guess. In addition to those four, echoes possess the senses of taste, temperature, echolocation, pressure, hunger, and fullness of the stomach. Oh, that's interesting. So, Raincoat-Hjörians, they don't feel hunger, but echoes do. Alright, I mean, at this point, you know, they're just spelling it out for you. ÜLAR, or the ÜLAR we know, is some sort of echo. Because, you know, he feels hungry. Some can distinguish smells like carrier echoes do, but most importantly, unlike us, echoes possess a sense of pain. Raincoats don't even have physical responses to pain, since they're unable to perceive it. Okay, so that's why the real ÜLAR maybe, you know, he seems sadistic and everything, you know, just like ripping us apart, but maybe it's because they don't feel pain, so it's like, you know, they don't get it. They don't understand why they would be in distress by cutting him up. After signing the agreement form, you're placed in a standby cocoon, where you can hibernate until the tests take place. You may choose not to hibernate and instead immerse yourself in the virtual reality we've designed. Okay, that's what that cocoon thing is all about. You know, you go to sleep, or you get to you know, I guess play Sword Art Online, you know, forever. I don't know. Patches to test our limitations and potential raincoats and Hjörian likes, ranging from radially symmetrical to bilateral symmetrical shape and blah, 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 blah. Okay, what's going on here? Blah, 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 blah. I can't see that. Relevant symbiosis with Ifit-based life forms. Our time is up, ÜLAR. The termination will be initialized tomorrow. Termination time, eh? Wonder what that means. Time for another dream. Down or up? Wait, does this matter? I don't know. I don't know if this matters. A lot of these saves are just dots. I don't know what they represent. Value 1. Any changes? Doesn't look like it. Alright. Up or down? Try up. Now it's darkness. Oh, and I see Ano? Maybe? We haven't seen them for a while. Oh. Ano? That's disturbing. I didn't want to look. I didn't want to think about it. Didn't want to know. But no matter how I framed it, no matter how much I wanted to avert my eyes, the one who fell out the cocoon was an ÜLAR. Get back in there! In the end, all I can do is run, because I'm a coward. Because I want these days to continue, because I don't want him to know. Are you in a hurry? I've seen all the dreams. Oh, so you hurried over to tell me about them. That's admirable. Great job, ÜLAR. Let's reflect on them when we get back home, okay? Let's go. There's still a lot to do. After all, the termination is tomorrow. Okay. What does that mean? So this... The cocoon came out to be an ÜLAR. Is it another ÜLAR clone? Or is it the original ÜLAR, maybe? That's what I'm guessing. Because we know the original ÜLAR kind of caught us, but then they were defeated by Hano. So I was wondering, did they die or not? And raincoats don't really die, right? So maybe they simply got put back together and then, you know, sent back to the cocoon to like be reborn, quote unquote, right? Is the idea? And so that was the original ÜLAR again? Maybe? I'm not sure. Something like that. It could be something else. I'm not sure. Well, I can't relax at all. Reen gave me a present from his collection. Taught me so many things about this world, even though he didn't have to. Gave someone like me a place to belong. Even though I'm a complete failure, why did he... Because I'm a tool? Because I'm being used? None of these words explain the treatment I've got that the other ÜLARs didn't. Just whom did he see when he was looking at me? Reen, even though he called me his employee, he didn't act like I was one. Or didn't act like I was one. It's as if it was an excuse. Excuse for what? Okay, so other ÜLARs. Okay, that implies it was a clone. Alright. That was not like that wasn't the original ÜLAR. That's a ÜLAR clone? If only I didn't get curious about that cocoon. I should just stop thinking about it. Perhaps I should just stop thinking altogether. Each time I did something on my own accord, I only ended up getting hurt. Lost in thought? Reen, hi. Seems I'm restless as well. Mind if I keep you company? You know, I've been mulling over something for a long while. Though it might be boring for you to listen to me ramble, rather. Want me to tell you a story? These are extremely useful for understanding complex concepts. You call them complex, but they're only complex for the likes of me. Alright, story time again. Once upon a time, on a small planet lived a nation of Humo. The Humo were the only nation on the planet who buried their dead. It made them unique, and they were incredibly proud of it, to the point of equating themselves with the immortal gods they worshipped. Like all the living beings on the planet, Humo were mortal. The more aware of their finite existence they became, the more desperately they looked for a way to live forever. They tried everything to immortalize themselves, but nothing ever worked. Idols were forgotten, buildings demolished, works of art destroyed, and the memories of great adventures became tainted as the moral values changed without generations. Desperate and disillusioned, the Humo built a museum. A museum that contained copies of every Humo that ever lived. However, the copies weren't made of flesh and bone. Instead, they were made of special yarn, meant to last for millennia. Okay. I mean, this just is explaining the birth of the Raincoats. Eventually, the Humo nation ceased to be, but the yarn dolls remained. Even though they were copies of the Humo, they were merely data containers. They weren't aware of their existence in the first place, so they just sat there, not moving an inch. Centuries passed. One day, the door to the museum opened. Another nation came to the small planet in search for resources. However, not understanding the value of the yarn dolls, they recycled the yarn and made themselves garments from it, never learning its true value. Okay, that's what happened. They turned it into clothes. Like another random civilization just came in and was like, oh, look at these weird yarn. Let's just make it into clothes. A silly nation, isn't it? All they did in the end was subject themselves to be trapped inside a piece of cloth forever. Even now, I keep thinking, what a pitiful way to achieve eternity it was. Okay, I don't know what's going on exactly. Something's happening. Something came from that hole and... What? Green? Okay. Hey, get a hold of yourself! Didn't you say that Raincoat-Hjörians are immortal? What are you going to do? Well, they put it in a box and left. This is all I have left of him. Say, if I ate you, would I hear your voice again? Is that how it works? Did you tell me I did well? Would you tell me more about this world? All I wanted was to hear over and over again that I'm allowed to live among all of you the way I am. It didn't matter who would tell me these words. How stupid. Say, Reen, the song you once mentioned, I still don't understand what it was all about. You see, ÜLAR, this world is overrun with whispers, poisoning the minds that keep spreading. However, even among this noise, I want to continue singing. Is that so? Then even someone like me could also. I'm back to 0. And I guess red fog? And who are you? Are you... Was that... I'm not sure. I'm not sure who that person was. I mean, they kind of look all the same, to be honest. The Raincoat-Hjörians, they kind of look similar, so it's hard to tell. But I think that was a different person. I'm not sure who that one was. It wasn't Heino. And it looked different from... you know... Reen. And it seemed like Reen, like... I guess... Something happened, I guess. Weird, like, tentacles came out from the void in, like, a hole in the wall and somehow killed Reen for some reason. Was that the Termination, or is that something else? I'm not entirely sure. But anyway. The Parable of the Giftless Raincoat-Hjörian. Okay. In a faraway land, in the village of the gifted, lived a giftless Raincoat-Hjörian. Everyone in his village was made from the same fabric. To be sewn from the same fabric meant that their fibers were arranged in the same way, and all their patterns matched perfectly. All of them spoke in a similar way, acted in a similar way, and even had similar thoughts, except for him. He couldn't bring himself to laugh at the same things they did, couldn't like the same things as them, and felt out of place during their annual festivals, where they danced their worries away and dumped their miseries down the pit. However, despite their differences, the villagers accepted the giftless Raincoat-Hjörian the way he was, and never shunned him away. You're not so different from us, the villagers reassured. As long as we sing to one tune, all of us are the same. And so they included him in all their activities. Yet, suffocated by their stagnant chorus, the giftless Raincoat-Hjörian felt incredibly bored. Until one day, he fell into the pit. In the pit, he met someone unlike anyone he'd seen before. The very monster that the gifted fed their woes to. The monster was hungry. But the monster refused to eat the giftless Raincoat-Hjörian, for he didn't bear any gifts. All the giftless Raincoat-Hjörian could do was watch the monster devour from the shadows, until it eventually became motionless, and slowly decomposed before his eyes. Never before had the giftless Raincoat-Hjörian seen a sight more touching than witnessing the monster's passing. For the first time in his life, the giftless Raincoat-Hjörian felt seen. Flower. An ode to ephemerality. Huh. I don't know if this matters. I'm going to copy and paste that. But, alright. So that's an ending. Ephemerality. Ephemerality? That's interesting. Yeah, my first guess is that maybe I could use that for that particular branch, you know, when we got captured by the real ÜLAR. I wonder if we can use that, you know, to solve that puzzle, but interesting. For now, though, I guess that's an ending where we went, you know, a lot of things happened, I guess, but I guess the biggest, most significant event is being taken care of by Reen, right? Who seems to be like a scientist type person that may have created us, actually, and, you know, kind of explain, you know, some of the backstory of what the raincoats and everything are, but then they ended up dying for some reason, so maybe there's more to that we didn't really see, maybe? Like, maybe they were different, like, he was different too or something? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure, because he seemed to, like, reset into a Hjörian state, right? Like, you know, Hjörians are just simply the vessel that the raincoats kinda take over, but then the raincoat was gone, I guess? It was, like, unraveled maybe, and therefore, Reen, you know, themselves or himself was gone, right? They were actually killed, even though they're normally immortal, and maybe it has something to do with the Termination Day or something. Maybe. And there's like a bunch of red fog. I mean, that, you know, termination seems to imply death, right? So maybe that's exactly what it is. It's the day that all the raincoats literally die or something, right? And that's why there's a bunch of red fog. Red fog is like when you know, it's outside, it's seeping in. We did see some raincoats put the Hjörian, I guess, what's left of Reen into a box, so that implies it was just a Hjörian. But the raincoats we know are artificial, right? They're like a gift from some other place, I think. That's what it was mentioned. So they're not real raincoats. So we didn't actually see any other raincoats, except maybe the guy in the very end, but like obviously I guess he's left a mystery. Just to, you know, just to pique our interest, I guess. Anyway. A bunch of different colors as well. I think the color thing is just symbolic, maybe. I think the idea is that normally, you know, it was mentioned like how like Raincoat-Hjörians don't have hormones, I guess, you know, they don't like feel like like a living organism, right? So I think the colors just represent that, at least in my opinion, I guess it just represents ÜLAR, you know, having different emotions now, you know, being more organic than other Raincoat-Hjörians, right? And that's why he kind of survived, at least for a little bit, until I guess the fog took over, because he himself wasn't a Raincoat-Hjörian. He was like something else entirely. Anyway, he was like, yeah, he was like Ifit. But anyway, now what? Let's see. Well, I have to go back. What do I do now? I had a bunch of saves, but like, kind of annoying now because of the restart. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, this weird dream sequence. I don't know if it matters, but what if I go down instead? Maybe it's a slightly different scene. Hmm? Someone turns around. And then that's it. Heino. Okay, it was Heino again. Okay, slightly different, but I imagine it goes down the same path. Also vibrating. Creepy vibrating cocoon. Alright. Same thing. It's just slight difference. So we got an ending. Let's try it over here. Let's go all the way back over here. Remember when we were looking for Eric, right? We saw like a person carrying a box. We gave them an umbrella, and they kind of did whatever they wanted to do. But what happens if we did not approach him, instead follow him? You know, see what he's up to, actually. It's safer not to show myself. Let's see where he's going with it and snatch it while he isn't looking. This is my only lead right now. Oh. Uh-oh. Instantly dead. And what's that guy doing? So happy. What the hell is that? Is this the vanishing? Whatever, I'll just check what's in that box. The box is gone. Did that guy take it too? Shit. If I don't do anything, this guy will be taken along with Eric. I can't just tell Reen I lost his cargo. But what can someone like me even do? They're like in the gray raincoats, so that implies they're artificial, maybe? Weird hole. Go inside the hole. Whoop. There, there, Malun. Don't need to be so eager. We're almost there. You'll reunite with your friends soon. No need to thank me. Besides, I'm not the one you should be grateful to. Well then, as I say, problem solved. And then he leaves. Alright. Yeah. I guess he captured the guy that was sneaking around the box. And then put them in the hole. Which I assume is like maybe some disposal unit? I don't know. The sea? Doesn't look like... Looks more like a toilet bowl. You know, more like a toilet bowl than a sea. The sea. Why me? If I don't get him back, I can't get out of here on my own. Hate to say it, but this guy's my only hope. Alright, we go inside. Oh, and there's a bunch of them. And I was wondering, was this the guy that we saw in that previous ending? Or maybe not. They look different. The eyes don't look the same to me. I don't know. Hey, wake up! No reaction. Maybe he's out of Ethereum. Well, good thing I have some, I guess. Oh yeah, because Reen gave us some extra supplies, I think, to make the journey. Ah! Don't touch me! What a weird voice. Is that a frequency thing? Listen, we have to get out of here. That much I understand. That much I already understand. What are you doing here in the first place? I don't know what voice to give him because, like, apparently he has a weird voice. So I don't know what constitutes a weird voice. Is he one of the people who know me? What should I? Huh? Ukran. The time required to traverse this far should be. He's not that interested. Maybe I was just an acquaintance to him. Echo, display his tag. Let's get moving. Okay, Ike. Yeah, we saw that name before. Moving where? Up. See? We escaped the pores in the ceiling. I don't think I can climb this wall by myself. And why is that? Fiber damage. Okay. There's no helping it then. Yes, it worked. Even though it was a lie, you know, because I don't know if we're made of fibers or not. Activating transformation patch. Is that misspelling? I don't know. I don't know if that's a typo or not. Is it transformation or a transformation? What the? Okay. It's changed to a weird spider thing. Raincoats can do that? This form is optimal for vertical movement. Get on my back. You taking me with you? Weren't you the one who wanted out? I owe you for getting me out of that rainwater. I'm going! I guess that was rain. Hope I don't regret this. Go back up the hole. Where are we right now? This is an area near the tunnels, so I'm more or less familiar with it. How can you tell? Do you see the suspended threads above? This is the healing swarm, or more simply, Psyworms. The result, raincoat fibers getting soaked in the rain and mutating over time. It covers most of the tunnels near Dome Ukran, spanning over the area more than 50 kilometers in radius. Once you get into their web, they'll infest your fibers, and your mind will be trapped in a simulated reality. Though you won't be able to tell from that point on. Okay, is that what happened? I guess, yeah, the idea is that raincoats, they don't die, but I guess you can trap them forever, you know, in this weird, like, tunnel thing. I guess that was the idea. Do you have any ideas who your kidnappers were? A few hunches, but not sharing. I really thought it was the Vanishing or something. I'm not sure what the Vanishing... The Vanishing was a catastrophe, right? It was mentioned in the history of the Raincoats. Vanishing. Maybe it was, or maybe it wasn't. I'm not sure. As expected from a polyphonus, do you ever check your sources? Sources? Hey, don't give me weird labels out of nowhere. Do you know what Fabric of the Future is even about? Polyphonus. One of the main political alignments on Hyo. Okay, the political alignment chart meme. The voices of many, each one on their own. Fabric of the Future. Fabric of the Future. Who are they? Well, recently, rumors of a powerful group of primordial fabric extremists has picked up traction on the EchoNet. Primordial fabric. the presumed ancestor of all raincoats that exist on Hyo. All raincoats once existed as parts of the whole, sewn together by the luminous thread, but one day they were torn apart by the rain. Since then, all of us became separate individuals, torn apart, lonely, aimlessly wandering on Hyo on their own, unable to find a purpose for ourselves. However, there's still a way to return to our true form, the way it was meant to be. Alright, so we're working with a terrorist. Okay. Notice anything? Shortly put, it's a common echo chamber imitation. Or maybe not? I'm not sure. Anyway. Echo chamber. On Hyo is a virtual space where like-minded individuals gather. Having contradicting opinions is not permitted for our members, otherwise you'll get downvoted or something. I don't know. Anyway. I don't know. Okay, maybe, I thought that he is from the fabric of the future, but maybe it's the opposite, you know? Like, the kidnappers are from this, you know, weird cult terrorist organization, maybe? I don't know. Anyway. So, Fabric of the Future is like a secret club or something? But don't they kidnap people? Oh, they do. Everyone's looking forward to it. It's public entertainment. Why am I even explaining this? In any case, my kidnapping and the vanishing are two separate occurrences. However, you do have a point. Someone might be using the name of the vanishing to achieve their own goals, so nobody notices the actual disappearances. Confusing, because I'm not sure what the vanishing is. Was it mentioned before? I don't know. Hey, are we far from Ainu? Ainu? Yeah, there was a rare artifact report there the other day. I'll keep quiet about Tao for now. Going to Ainu, you? Was that not in character? Forget the artifact. There's a malicious patch that'll mess me up if I don't go there, okay? A malicious patch. This is how Ainu treats its workers these days. But judging by your odd behavior, there might be dark patterns at work. However, I do owe you, so overlook it for now. If a patch is the problem, I can alter it in my vault. Oh, you can do that? Hey, don't cling to me! Okay. Dark patterns. User interfaces crafted to trick the user into doing things they didn't mean to. Common dark patterns on EchoNet. Confirm shaming. Okay. Shame the user into accepting options they initially intended to decline. Like, this sounds like just a you know, common scam to just guilt people to like accepting to buy something or whatever. You know, it's like when you go, it's like a tourist in like a big city, and someone gives you like a CD, but then it turns out you have to pay for the CD or whatever, and they hassle you until you pay for it or something like that. Something like that. Slime Pit, a slightly different version of a roach motel, where the easy sign-up procedure is followed by scamming the user into physical or mental labor to get out. Friend spam, mostly caused by unauthorized patches. This algorithm will engage in conversations with your contacts based on your cloud personality data, claiming to be you. Okay, they steal your email account. Dark patterns. Okay. We're almost there. Welcome to the tunnels, in case you forgot. The tunnels. I'm going in this triangular shape hole. Wait here, I'll be back soon. Alright, strange creatures everywhere. Ew. Don't touch anything. I have no gel left. I'm actually starting to miss Heino knocking me out. Those were only times I was able to rest. I just need something to eat. Isn't there anything? Anything. Daily luck forecast. Today's lucky item is a sound star. Sound stars are folded from an N-rank artifact, glyph paper. When you fold one into a polyhedron, it emits a melodic sound. The sound differs depending on the paper's texture. Wow. It's another ad. Okay. What's going on? What happened? A melody? No, he's repeatedly muttering something. What was I doing? I was hungry and then... Hey! What's the meaning of this? Let me out! Okay, I guess we got... Well, something happened. We got really hungry. We went outside. Something happened. And then Ike, I guess, put us in a glass case. Oh, he found the sound stone, I guess. He's shaking? What's going on? Oh, he lets out. Ike? Get out. Oh, okay, and then we go up, and then we just are in the subway, I guess. And then we walk down the stairs. And then we walk over here. Okay. Something happened. And then he just kicked us out. In the end, I didn't get the opportunity to ask anything about Eric, or get the patch removed for that matter. Ike. Oh, what was he so afraid of? He was so calm before, and then... I don't get him at all. Heino has to be around somewhere in Ainu. You must know how to remove the patch. Yeah, the whole patch thing, it was kind of like, you know, if we follow Reen's instructions, I guess we don't really worry about it. In fact, I don't think we... Like, we didn't really, I guess, get hurt by it, I guess, or whatever. If we follow Reen's instructions. But since we're on, you know... Since we're, like, thinking to ourselves that we abandoned the mission, we're trying to get the patch out so we don't have to follow the instructions of Reen anymore, but technically we did, though. You know, in a way, Eric, you know, either way, actually got picked up successfully, so... Anyway, we're worrying about nothing, but... hey, we see Heino, though. Heino! Listen, you have to help me. I got kidnapped and patched, we have to... Hey, easy there. Oh, it's this guy with the shark teeth. He's... Mind telling us what business you have with my partner? Huh? I'm Hino's partner. Me, ÜLAR. Or, why did I think he was ÜLAR? For some reason. I thought he was like... No. It's the other way around. I'm Hino's partner. Me, ÜLAR. For some reason, I thought the twist is like... He was ÜLAR again. There's another ÜLAR. But I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. I'm Hino's partner. Me, ÜLAR. ÜLAR? Haven't heard of this tag before. Nice to meet you. I'm Gunnar. Gunnar? Oh, Hino says that you've been following him around ever since a rampant echo appeared. But Mr. Raynor said... Mr. Raynor? You mean Dome Ainu's mascot? Since when did it personally interacting with solvers? What? If you so insist on being Hino's partner, would you mind showing us your Ainu employee card? Employee card? What's that? Mr. Raynor sent me so much data, it has to be something. Interesting. So Mr. Raynor is just a mascot. Is like nobody really knows who Mr. Raynor is, or... Oh, we did see that one ÜLAR. Was that like another clone, maybe? Maybe ÜLAR never really existed, you know? There was no, like, original ÜLAR. Maybe the other ÜLAR was also like a clone, I don't know. But I remember one of the branches, in one of the timelines, I guess, the real ÜLAR, I assume, was also talking to a Mr. Raynor, but... Mr. Raynor, Dome Ainu's mascot. His purpose is to make public announcements for the Dome's residents. Mr. Raynor uses a voice bank to announce messages, so you type in anything from the voice. Okay, so Mr. Raynor himself isn't real. It's like the equivalent of Hatsune Miku, you know? You can just make him say anything, really. Not like a person. Taking care of echoes, connecting the EchoNet, profile. Oh, there it is. You're talking about my public profile, right? Oh, every Raincoat-Hjörian has a public profile. I'm asking for your employee card. Oh, do you not have it? I don't have it. I don't know what to say. I'm not a solver. I'm not even a Raincoat-Hjörian. I'm a fraud. I shouldn't be here. Look at him, Heino. Poor little Liba Hunt. I don't know what that means, Liba Hunt. I think he used a different term before. It was like weird... I don't know. Weird terms I never heard before. Where did all his confidence go? Run away! Mr. Raynor disappeared. Haino is not my partner. Haino's actual partner is a psychopath who kidnapped Ike. ÜLAR only cares about selling junk, and I'm afraid of Reen. Ike doesn't want to talk to me anymore. All that's left for me is... It's me. See me? See me? See me? Excuse me, are you okay? Oscar? Oscar? I'm not. I'm hungry. I'm hurt. I'm tired. But I can't tell anyone. Because eating, because feeling pain, because feeling tired, isn't something Raincoat-Hjörians do. Yeah, we kind of learned that in the Reen timeline. Well, my apologies for approaching you all of a sudden. It seemed to me that you were feeling unwell. I don't know what to say to him. Don't worry. It's okay if it's hard for you to put it into words right now. I'm going to die. Then I believe I'm happy to help you. Come along. Welcome to Dome Cree. My apologies for not introducing myself earlier. I'm Oscar, your guide to the Ever-Deaf. After all, afterlife would be semantically wrong word, or would be a semantically wrong word to use here, for it is not what ascension promises, okay? Ever-Deaf. Dome Cree is often regarded as Hill's ascension temple, and for a good reason. Is this the fabric of the future, yeah, that we learned about from Ike, maybe? Here, everyone is able to reach the end of the journey on their own terms, the way they want, anytime. If you're aware that your passing is inevitable, I'll do my utmost to help you feel fulfilled. Say, what do you desire the most? I want to eat. Say, do you have any food here? Anything is fine, just... Of course. Please, stand still. This is the thread of severance. Now that it's infused with your desire, it'll become a part of you to aid you on your way to fulfilling it. You can rest assured, as there's nothing else required of you. Please enjoy your time at Dome Cree. Feel free to follow the red path and see where it leads you. I don't know, maybe he is in the cult, because, I mean, this whole place is like, just here in public, so maybe he's not a cult, but... Okay. People are inside these weird trees, I think. Oh, and this thing that we saw killed I assume killed Reen. You get sucked into it. Oh, and that's a thread. And we sleep on the stairs. Good. Oh, and they cut the thread. Careful. What was I doing? You were taking a stroll with me to the center of Dome Cree, remember? Okay. Here lies God in the pit. Each and every past residence, IR, rests with him in his domain, along with their possessions. Of course, all the mind backup data gets deleted from the cloud. With us, you can be sure you won't be brought back to life against your will. IR? According to the Ascensionists, the seed of ascension the Overseer planted in all Raincoat-Hjörians. IR. Okay, so... This place is actually, even though Raincoat-Hjörians are immortal, I guess this place is specifically for people who want to die, like, forever. So they delete the backup data in the cloud, and they make sure you die, like, forever. To tell you the truth, no one has ever descended down below to see what the God in the pit is like. The ones who tried never came back. That's just how deep it is. Is there something in your mind? No, it's nothing. Oh, we can click on them. Okay. Anything else to look at? It's just them. Raincoat. Huh. Looks like a functioning raincoat. Strange. Okay. What's the last save I did? I guess it's over here. I want to keep that though, in case I want to. I guess I'll just save here. Examine pockets. A white piece of cloth. I have no use for it. Something else though. A small figure. The founder of life is engraved on it. I'll take it with me. Okay. I don't know if that's important, but tear off the raincoat. The fabric persistently clings to the body. Can't do anything about that, I guess. One eye. You know, we are missing an eye, I guess. Also, black thread. So I guess this is at the edge of the pit, maybe. There are pieces of black thread growing out of his mouth. They're moving somewhat erratically. Okay. The eye isn't moving. Yeah, let me just, let's borrow the eyeball. Just pop it in my eye. That's how it works, right? I mean, technically, it's made out of silicon. We were told. Okay, it doesn't fit. There's no point in me taking it after all. Didn't work. Alright. Doesn't everyone have echoes in them? Let me just go inside real quick. Not there. It's not there. Weird transition, but I guess we're just walking around and then we end up over here. Hano, you're Hano, right? Hey, do you know where this is? That doesn't look like Hano to me, but no answer as usual. Almost all of them have left. Yeah. It's so like you to pretend not to notice. Huh? Just what is he trying to tell me? He's gone. Okay. Gets a little confusing at times. This game. But now we're over here. Ilo. Welcome to Ilo's Echo Study Corner, a place where we learn about echoes. Do you know what the silica gel, the most common echo food, is made of? And why is it that echoes are so eager to enter Hjörian's inner cavities? Yeah, we did see that one time. I'll now demonstrate it with the help of our volunteer ÜLAR. Okay, and then okay, yeah, okay. I think we're just tripping out. We're just tripping balls. Okay, at this point, I think that's what's happening. I think that was just to demonstrate again that ÜLAR is not a Raincoat-Hjörian because the echo didn't go inside him, right? Wee, singing and dancing, and now we're over here. What's going on? Okay, good. Disturbing imagery. Alright, great. Cool. It can't be. It can't be. It can't be. That's an echo, I think. Even though I was supposed to be disgusted, even though I was supposed to loathe it, even though I was supposed to be afraid, what I really felt was... a pleasure seeing you again. How's your journey going? You finally realized it, haven't you? Run! I have to run so I wouldn't succumb to... All this time. All this time. The way I felt towards their treatment of the echoes, wasn't fear for my own life. It was pure, concentrated. Well, into the pit we go. I guess the red stuff, by the way, it's the red fog, right? I think that's what it is. Presents. Wow, gift. Put it up, and you get weird stuff. Ooh. Cookies, I think. A neatly wrapped box chock full of industrial waste. A worn-out bag filled with inner turmoil and longing. A pack full of snacks that taste sweet yet leave ulcers in your mouth. How did I not realize this before? The world is full of gifts waiting to be unwrapped. You'll never know what you'll find inside. Okay, and all of those, yeah, those raincoats are like passed out. Alright, cool. That was all like weird. I mean, obviously the entire game is weird, but you know. I sort of get it, but I sort of don't. So like all this time, like he realized something, right? Obviously he wasn't a raincoat, he was something else entirely, and he figured out like what he needed to feed on, right? But it wasn't literal, I think. So he went into the pit not to die, but to feed on, I guess, maybe the negative emotions of the raincoats at the bottom of the pit, maybe. Here's another story, I guess, and it's like just like the other time. Actually, we saw the other story about the monster in the pit. So it's like this is like literally he's in the pit. But anyway, the parable of the nameless monster. Once upon a time, in a deep, deep pit, lived a monster of no name of its own. Up above in the world, Overseer had molded, out of Effet and ether, under the crimson cloud, lived the gifted. No matter how hard the monster tried to climb up, it kept falling down, unable to leave the pit. The monster was starving. Okay, so this is the same story, actually, about the monster. Maybe from a different perspective, though? One day, a gifted one fell into the pit. He called himself the Servant, for he sacrificed his own life for the sake of others. The Overseer had bestowed the Servant with a unique gift. The Servant could do what no one else could. Switch places with others. Not a single person I know or knew recognizes me anymore, the Servant said. This gift has brought me only solitude. Can I eat it? The monster asked, and swallowed his solitude whole. The other day, another gifted one fell into the pit. He called himself the Martyr, for he fell prey to lies and slander. The Overseer had bestowed the Martyr with a unique gift. The Martyr could do what no one else could, see what people held within. I'm constantly disappointed in others, the Martyr said. This gift has brought me only disdain. Can I eat it? The monster asked. No, you cannot, said the Martyr, for I still need to climb out of this pit. One day, another gifted one fell into the pit. He called himself the Exile, for he was never welcome among his peers. The Overseer had bestowed the Exile with a unique gift. The Exile could do what no one else could, choose a future for himself. All the futures lead to the same outcome, the Exile said. This gift has only brought me apathy. Can I eat it? The monster asked, and swallowed his apathy whole. One day, the gift came, and lifted the monster from the pit. It long since gave up on leaving. Don't worry, they assured it. The Overseer will make sure you'll never starve among us. But the monster, filled with the gifts it ate, couldn't lead a carefree life among them. Yet the town grew happier and happier as the gift kept feeding the monster their woes and miseries, until it could stand up no longer. As the monster lay motionless, a gifted one passed by. He called himself the Messiah, for he aimed to put an end to the inevitable tragedy that was about to befall the village. The Overseer had bestowed the Messiah with a unique gift. The Messiah could do what no one else could: create life itself. I can only create, but never maintain, the Messiah said. This gift has brought me only despair. But the monster was already full, so it said nothing. The monster reached out to the convoluting crimson cloud above and spit out all the misery filling it from within. As the Messiah pierced the Overseer's eye and wrapped the world in a blanket, woven out of unfulfilled desires. Overseer's eye. Okay, and that's the sound stone we saw before. A bouquet for all Raincoat-Hjöriankind. Alright. I don't entirely get it, but... You know, my first thought is that, yeah, maybe the ÜLAR that we know is some kind of artifact. Maybe he was some kind of artifact that feeds on maybe the, again, maybe I'm taking it too literally, but maybe he does feed on the negative emotions of the Raincoat-Hjörians or something like that. And when he saw the echo, I don't know, like when they were dancing, again, it could also just be like an acid trip, but when they were like dancing around the like weird monuments of like flesh and everything, right? Like kind of like skewered in like a weird like skeleton cube thing of like echoes, I assume. They were like dead echoes, right? And it's like ÜLAR was like, he didn't feel anything. Like he didn't, because the first guess you would think maybe he feels hunger or something, but he didn't feel hunger, it seems. He didn't feel that, he felt something else. So again, I'm thinking like, he doesn't eat echoes necessarily, and he was maybe not an echo himself, but maybe he feeds on, again, some kind of like, some kind of like, what do you call it? Like, waste, I guess, you know, some kind of like material, something from the Raincoat-Hjörians, and that was his true purpose. And maybe he remembered that, you know, that's why he dove into the pit. But because of that, maybe, I don't know, I'm taking, this is like a stretch maybe, but maybe he's the cause of the Termination Day? Because if he continues to eat that sort of thing, you know, whatever it is, this waste byproduct of the Raincoat-Hjörians, maybe he actually does like explode or something like that into the red fog, and that's how the red fog appears in the domes, right? That causes death to everybody, maybe. I don't know, something like that. That's why you see in the at the end there, you know, of this ending, everybody collapses. I think that's Termination Day, right? That's literally everybody dies. I think that's what it is, but I'm not sure. Maybe he was designed to contain the fog? Maybe. I don't know. We definitely have to explore more of this game to find out, as this like really creepy music plays. but yeah, it's interesting. There's some kind of mystery to unravel here. Probably by the end, I probably still won't really get it, because that's how Etherane's games go. But I guess we'll see.